the bench all season long, despite leading this team in scoring, but as balanced as they are, still have plenty who can produce in this starting 11. And great ball movement to get things started. Delaney Thomas finishes it off. Washinitz and Richardson each with a foul so far for their respective teams. Wide open look is there for Richardson, who knocks it down. Comes up as an empty possession for the Blue Devils. Phi regains her composure and has her first points. Panthers get themselves an open look for Johnson. A chance for the rebound. Miles. Back to Michaela Johnson, the sophomore transfer from Colorado.
Time to shoot a three is off an offensive rebound. Brooklyn Miles getting in there, and then Michaela Johnson. No hesitation. She had missed a few.
Right now, Pitt has climbed back into this after being down 7-0 to start the game. Phi going to work on the inside. She has 4, and we're tied at 9. Jordan Wood, Uluchi Okanawa both in the game off the bench for Duke. Talked about their great balance. They use their bench, but they also rely on players like Richardson. Now the back door, Pitt trying to take advantage of that aggressive defensive mentality of Okanawa, but Washinitz couldn't finish. Mayer the other way, off the glass and in.
Want to pick their spots to get out in transition. Brooklyn Miles not really in a stance. Taina Mayer says, all right, I'm going to take it right to the rim, and finishes with contact.
Second person here with the ball in the game. DeJesus gets the open look from 3 and knocks it down, adding to the scoring total.
Jen, they go under the screen. Battle chooses to go under the screen, trying to, who knows how long she's out. We don't have a timetable for her return. We'll see if some of these younger bigs, like a Delaney Thomas, Jordan Wood, can step up and fill that gap.
The ball movement.
Too. She said, look, Reigan Ricardson could be averaging more, but she makes that extra pass. Same thing for Ashlyn Jackson, finding DeJesus.
There go those active hands again defensively for Duke. The Blue Devils looking to take advantage, and Donovan does the honors.
Steal when Phi puts the ball on the floor. The scouting report is, okay, she puts the ball on the floor, let's get our active hands in there and make a play. And then Jaden Donovan.
10 to shoot. As you mentioned, the 2 primary ball handlers out for the Panthers right now. It looks that way, but give this team credit as Johnson cleaned it up enough. Really 44% clip was their top 3-point shooter last season, but just hasn't taken that many this year so far. Mayer from the corner. There it is.
Open in the corner, a 36% 3-point shooter, and she's going to knock that down. That's exactly how
they could use her getting going a bit more. 3 up and in from Ashlyn Jackson. Stay out of foul trouble. Both Miles and Washinitz in foul trouble. Have to hang on to the ball. Boy, Phi bailing them out as she came back and swatted it out of bounds. Some frustration there.
Uluchi Okanawa finds a way to get it as she normally does. Gets the and one. That is so frustrating for a player like Phi.
Getting hands in the passing lanes, another steal. 15th turnover by the Panthers, and it results in 2 points for Delaney Thomas and Duke.
Pulls up from the mid-range and connects.
Jaden Donovan waited for the defense to come in, and then she found Thomas.
Tremendously this year. She's shooting over 40% from 3, which is so crazy with her because you can't stay in front of her. She gets to the rim at will.
DeJesus, Okanawa, Wood, all on the floor along with Thomas, who scores there, and Richardson for the moment for Duke.
Uluchi Okanawa gets the ball to Jordan Wood. That's a great high-low for Duke.
It's been a rough one for the Panthers. There's no doubt about that. Just 6 points in each of the last 2 quarters, and Duke not letting up at all.
It's really great players in the game for Duke as DeJesus gets her hands on the ball off to the races. Great job by Delaney Thomas to run the floor. These Duke bigs, top recruit out of Texas, sustained an injury in the offseason, McDonald's All-American. So pairing those 2 together in the future is going to be scary. She's going to run the team, not turn it over. And you pair that with Okanawa, who's just a high motor. So she likes bringing those 2 off the bench. And she obviously likes playing Richardson and Jackson together.
One of the unsung heroes defensively in that last game, and Wood pulls it down.
We've seen a really good floor game from sophomore Jordan Wood, and we knew she could shoot the three. You look at her numbers, but that was pure. That
one will be on the road in Chapel Hill.
Can't wait for that one. And Notre Dame has opened up a little bit of a lead on North Carolina. You're going to see, especially in sports like women's hoops, where the level of investment is different with each school, each program, you're going to see some haves and have-nots, at least right now.
Coming up here soon, but I do think that you make a really good point about the haves and the have-nots, and if perhaps that is something that needs a little more regulation. Another balanced scoring effort from the Blue Devils, who win it 69-31 to improve to 12-3 on the season, 3-0 in conference.